Welcome back, friends. I'm Mellowseven, and this is Football Manager 2018, and we're back with AC Ajaccio for our Champions League season. So we've played a little bit. This window popped up September 1st. We're the 15th here, but I thought it was interesting to look at. This is right at the very end of the transfer window. And you can see here, top spenders in the world, League One, our league, 533 million. Almost 200 million more than the Premier League and double what the Bundesliga spent. And you can see it was mostly down to PSG, 219 mil there. Man United spent a bunch, Bayern spent a bunch. You know, essentially these three teams each spent about half of what their league spent as a whole. But you can see we also had Monaco spending 135. So pretty big season for everybody. Let's talk about how our Ligue 1 season has gone so far. And it's gone pretty well, about as you expect. We had a draw against Marseille. It was away, tough match. We had a 2-2 draw. Nikolov got a goal off of a set piece. Jean-Yves Bonnet got a goal. And then we went on to Lorient and just absolutely crushed them. Important to note here, we did have 15,600 tickets sold. In this one, Bentalov, Jean-Yves Bonnet, and Thibaut got a brace. So not too shabby. It started out a little slow, but you can see, kind of 37th, we got one. They got one just after the half. We equalized almost instantly. And then Timon came in there at the end to just kind of make it look a little less, make it a little bit more like we crushed it. Baptiste, Massimo, both our wingers, yellow cards. Alan Legris, winger, got a yellow card. In this case, so did Axel and Bentalov playing in the midfield for us as well. Stade Rennais, 3-2, really good game. Again, an away match, and you can see Jean-Yves Bonnet got a goal again, 10 minutes, scored quick. Alex Blanc, one of our young strikers that was in, came in, got a goal, at which point we got 2 yellows from Bentalov, and he was sent off. And so we played the rest of the game a man down. They tried to squeak back into it, got it managed to 2-2 in the 69th minute, but Alex Blanc got the winner in the 82nd. So great game for us. And again, Scelzo, there's another winger with a yellow. Olympique Lyon, we were at home this time, 19,900 tickets sold. Haven't hit that 20,000 yet this season. We're going to get there, I promise. But 3-1, Jean-Yves Bonnet again, Gabriel Mueller again, he got a brace, and Igor for them got a goal there in the 20th minute. So we got one, they got one, and again, we kind of closed it out late. And again, a winger with a yellow card. Sensing a theme there? So we followed this one on Saint Etienne away, 2-2. Bura Escarvante got a goal in the 8th. They said it was his 6th. He'd gone 16 competitive matches without a goal, which just blows my mind. But you can see he didn't go in for us either, but he did spend 4 weeks in the middle here out with an injury. So he didn't play in all of these games. But you can see in the preseason and the friendlies, there's a goal, there's a goal, there's a goal, there's a goal, and there's 2 goals. So he's done okay for us overall, even if we haven't seen a lot of it here. But again, I think that's more injury than anything else. We managed to get an own goal shortly after that. I believe it was Bentalov that just fired a shot and bounced off a guy, and in it went. And it wasn't, I don't know that it was a shot. It wasn't going anywhere towards the goal. It was going this way, and it bounced 90 degrees back and managed to make it in. Again, Alan Legris and Pascal both got yellows. Both are wingers. I don't know how we get wingers to stop getting yellows. I mean, we don't have any of that. We're closing down sometimes, stay on feet, and we don't have tighter marking on. I mean, I just don't have a way to get them to do less of it, right? And it doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter if we put in Legris or we put in Scelzo. It just doesn't matter. So we'll just have to go with it. All right, so that leaves us at the moment in second place, 4 wins and a draw for 13 points. You can see PSG 5-0. They've got a goal differential of 13 over those 5. So, 2.5 goals each they're winning by. I mean, they're just crushing people. Monaco's had a little bit of a rocky start. They're 3-1-1. That 1-1, the one draw and one loss were early though, and they seem to have turned it around. You can see it was a win, a loss, a draw, and then 2 wins. So maybe they've righted the ship. We'll have to see. But good for SM Caen to get a win there early. I keep watching Caen and Nancy. Since they came up with us. It's great to see Nancy up here towards the top. Caen's a top half team. All 3 of us have played really well, I think, since we've moved up. Really, really, really good. Jean-Yves Bonnet, 4 goals so far. And also highest rating for us, top goal scorer for us and highest rating for us. He's played very well. So this is the group we got. We got Napoli, St. Benfica, Spartak Moscow. Now, the reporter said it was a horrible group for us. It was a really tough group. I've kind of looked at them, and I think Napoli is probably head and shoulders better than us. The other 2, not so much. I mean, they made a big deal about having to travel to Moscow, but I mean, I guess Moscow has to travel to us too, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at the groups real quick. Copenhagen, PSG, Juventus, and Charleroi, maybe. This looks to me like a pretty crazy group. And you can see a draw between Juventus and PSG. Copenhagen beat Charleroi here. We're just going to call him Charles from here on out. They beat Charles. But that looks like a tough group to me. And this one, Chelsea, Barcelona, and Milan in that group. That looks to me like a pretty crazy group. And we can see 2 draws. So a pretty evenly matched crazy group. Real Madrid, Bayern, Lyon, and Salzburg. We can play with Lyon. We probably play with Red Bull, but Bayern and Real Madrid, that's a tough group. Man United, Porto, Praha, Feyenoord. Okay, this might be one of the more manageable ones, maybe. Have to see. And then Monaco, Celta de Vigo, Dortmund, and Sparta Praha. This one, I don't know. I don't know. Dortmund in this game sometimes is PSG levels of dominance, but they can disappear as well. So I haven't looked at Dortmund this season, so I don't know if this Monaco Dortmund group is just crazy. I think we played Vigo and Praha, but I have no idea if that's a group we'd want to be in or not. Man City, International, Besiktas, and Partizan. Not terrible. We could probably be okay in there. Man City obviously is probably the scariest one there. Napoli, St. Benfica, Spartak, and us. Again, I don't think that's a terrible group compared to some we've seen up there. And we've got Atletico Madrid, Arsenal, Hoffenheim, and Legia Warsaw, who is apparently just sending guys off left and right. They've had a number of red cards already just to get to this point. But like I say, all things considered, I think we're in a reasonable group. I don't have a problem with where we are at all. We'll just have to kind of play it out and see what happens. Finances, that's the whole reason we're here in the first place, right? That's why we need to do it. We got a big influx of money. If we look at income here, right here, League One TV revenue, $9 million so far for this season. Last season we had 23 for the whole season. We've already got 9. I'm trying to figure out where prize money, 14 million. I guess that was last month. So we got 14 million just for being to this level of Champions League. We haven't even played a game. That was for qualifying where we qualified, as far as I can tell. So that is a nice little boost. So even if we lose everything, we still made almost 15 million just by qualifying at this point. So we'll take it. All of last season, we brought in 55 million, right? And we've already brought in 44 million this season. So fingers crossed. It's good, because if you take a look at what we're spending, we are spending almost 30 million a year in payroll. And let's go ahead and let's convert that back to what most people do, just so we get something that we can compare it to what we've been dealing with before. Euro, where is British pound? Maybe there's the Australian dollar. Nope, it's not under that. It's not under English. Hong Kong. UK, pound sterling. Okay, there we go. And per week, right? Because that's what everybody does, because nobody does it. Confirm. I am back to using the, what is it, the tempo? Higher tempo? The tempo skin from the highertempo.com. Couple updates since last time I did it, so we're updated to the new one. So for those of you keeping track of that, there's that. So we are spending 414,000, almost 415,000 pounds per week right now. We do have a little bit of money left in the budget, 269,000 pounds. It says 6.8 million, 6.98 million to begin with. That's about right. We didn't spend all of that. Obviously, some of that went into payroll. I don't believe we've had any big signings since we talked about transfers at the beginning of the season. So that's it. So that's money. So let's play a game. So we have, we can find us here. We've got Napoli today. And we are on the road in Napoli. I don't know that it's that big a deal. I mean, we're kind of right there between France and Italy anyway. We travel all over France. It's not going to hurt us there. Interestingly enough, I have made a couple changes. I sent Bouchard back down to the under-19s. This was a kid I was going to get rid of. We talked about him briefly as a group of those players that had no real potential. But as I've gone back through and looking at players kind of individually to give them their fair shot, this is a player whose stat alignment is better than the total numbers. So Dimitri Laborda here, striker, 18 finishing. Good balance, good strength. His pace is stuff. He's not slow. He's not the fastest guy in the world, but that will get him where he needs to go. He's got decent composure, good flair, off the ball is good, and finishing spectacular, and decent heading, and even his technique is 11. So even though like he's got a cap of like 93 or something like that points, and like 85 current or something like that, he's resolute. We're going to get absolutely everything out of him, and I think he's going to be very good. So we'll have to see how that goes. As far as injuries go, we've got Nielsen. He's still not back and ready to play for the big boys yet. And Baptiste Mason is complaining that he's not sending out on loan. I told him, tough, we need you to be a backup. He says, this is my career. I said, you're better served to be here. He said, I hate you, but I'm professional. Something to those lines, and wandered off. Axel also would like a big contract because he goes back and forth between thinking he is God's gift to the team and his greater status or greatest playing time means he should be paid more, and then complaining he's not playing enough. So, it goes back and forth. We're not paying him enough for the time that he wants to be playing. We're paying him plenty for what he is going to be playing. I think we've actually done an excellent job of rotating players through. We're going to have to do that with the pace of play, with the number of games we have to play. And you can see almost everybody has had at least an appearance, and most have had at least one start. Madou hasn't had anything. Matteo hasn't had anything so far. Nielsen's been injured the entire time. Ludovic Venin hasn't broke in, although he played in the friendlies quite a bit, but we haven't got him in. And Eric Berg, we just might not see him a lot. Maybe in the early cup games we'll get him in. Our goalkeepers aren't stressed, but we know he's back there, so I'm not as worried about that. Baptiste did get a start in those first 5 matches, so he has got some play, even if he's complaining about it. He's not going to start every game. He's really our third string. And if he wasn't homegrown, he'd probably be gone. That's probably the long and the short of it. But we do have just at 4 homegrown players on the team at the moment, on the registration for champions. That's the real reason he can't go anywhere. So, sure my volume's down a little bit before that whistle blows. So they've got a lot of pictures there, but these guys have got to be getting old at this point, right? If they've still got a picture, they are getting. He looks a little bit like a drill sergeant I had in basic training. Let's take a look at Felipe here. 34 years old. Keane, 27 years old. So he's still prime of life there and looks good. But they're not playing a striker. They're playing out there on the wing. Okay, that's fine. And their striker, not too shabby either. But you know what? I don't think he looks – he's good, don't get me wrong, and I'm sure his numbers are higher than ours, but I don't know that he looks more effective than what we have. So we're going to give it a go. Encourage the players. Of course, we had to start out against the one good – well, they're all good, but the best team, I think, of the group. obviously take a draw. I'll take a loss. I don't really have a choice. I mean, I'll take what they give us. But I'm not as worried about this one. This one is a game I kind of expect to lose, and I'm just hoping to finish second. That's my goal in this group is finishing second. And I think if we do that, we're in good shape. But otherwise, I think we just take our 8 games and we do as well as we can, and we enjoy it, and we have a good time playing in front of big crowds, and we see how it goes. And that way, maybe we'd be better off with a group with an Arsenal or somebody like that just for ticket sales. But I think we'll be okay. Team's a little bit frustrated at this point, but you know what? They shouldn't be. We're not down. We're 20 minutes into this. They've had a couple shots. We've had one on target. Possession is a little bit off. Let's go ahead. I'm going to knock this down to a counter real fast. I was wondering about that, but it's been pretty crazy. I mean, dare I say it, we haven't even had any yellows from our wingers yet. So, and we just got a penalty shot. Kylian Navu will take it because I still really didn't find anybody who's great at penalty shots, despite that being a primary goal of the offseason. So he'll hopefully not put it away, although he just about rolled back in on it. So he's on target anyway. It's good, not a perfect shot, but a decent one. They've got a yellow and an injury already. He's supposed to come back, but he's not going to be able to play much past the first half, I don't think. So I think we're doing okay. They've had more shots. Our possession is still way down, but, they're not getting good looks. 5 of their 10 were long shots. Only one's been on target. Keane was injured already, and now he's picked up a slight injury, and the injury thing went away. That was interesting. So I think that goes well for us. Encourage the players, and I don't really see a need to a change. I don't think nobody's playing horribly. Kylian's had a bit of a tough match, but that's just because he missed that kick. That's not because of his defense. And I think we just go. Maybe we tell them their defense has been great. Happy with your solid defensive work. There we go. And I am. I really. That's the first time I think I have given one of the groups their own kind of pep talk. There we go. Åkersvatne. Oh, he just couldn't put enough on it. He waited. He took it in. We got the corner out of it. We're putting the pressure on him. We've got him worried. I say a draw in this match is spectacular. I will take that all year long. A draw away against Napoli is everything. There we go. Skelzo takes it away, gets it up to Bensalab. Okay, Emre Ballroom manages to put it out, but that's a throw-in for us. And again, giving them everything. I got any other players that look really tired? No, it just really Moise Keane here was the only one that was really in tough shape, and he picked up that extra knock. Probably aggravated whatever was wrong with him in the first place. Oh, we left him way too much space. I'm so lucky he didn't take a shot. Ooh! Oh, that was crazy, but we'll take it. He's played well defensively. That's a couple big tackles for us. All the way into Åkersvatne, not able to get it to there. They headed it out. Can Victor get back to that one? Fernand's running in. He tries. We should have taken that away. That was a weak little pass in. Felipe there. Chip in. Header in. Ah. 1-0. Mausa? Maybe? That's what we're going to go with. Mausa. Beautiful little cross in. He was there. Good cover. I mean, defense wasn't bad. We just weren't probably quite tall enough. And, of course, I can't click on him even though he's there, Victor. Just wasn't tall enough to hang with them on that header shot. But what is his jumping? I don't think it's very good. Jumping reach of 2. No. Just a little guy on a big guy, but his defensive positioning was fine. So, is what it is. Like I say, that's about how I expect this one to go. Nouveau he's just having a bad game. Let's go ahead. It's not getting any better for him. I'm going to put in Pikachu, I think. Victor hasn't been playing bad, but I think I'm going to put in Allen, who played great in his last game. And we'll call it. We'll go with that. He was going back to his roots, so to speak. That was a homecoming for him in the last game, and he played great. He was up for it. Our possession's still 34%. We've only had 6 shots, but 4 have been on target, 2 clear-cut chances. So, our bend but don't break is pretty well. We broke once, but I think in general we've played well. Our defense has been solid. We've made the most of our counterattack, and we haven't been able to put one home. But that's luck. This is a game we could easily be winning. Football Manager being Football Manager. I have no idea what the hell that was. There was nobody on his half of the field. Oh my God, let me roll down to save a ball that's moving really slowly and nowhere near my net. Videretti gets it across. Hefty. Oh, that's another header. Same guy on. Legree is not any better. I don't think he's any taller actually. How tall is Legree? Does it tell me there? He's got a jumping reach of 6. He's only 5'6", so both of our wingers over there are really short. So he's taken advantage of both of them at this point. What can you do, right? It is what it is. We'll see it again here. Both of them are very good defensively, but they're just not tall enough to be. And his positioning wasn't as good either. He'd fallen back a little bit. Victor had better positioning for that one. Most is just good. I mean, I think that's it. I don't think we really complain too much about the players that we've had, about Victor. It's a good player. Scelzo chips that one up to Bentaleb. Can we get what he was offsides? He was not offsides. Oh, I'm pretty sure he was offsides, but that's okay. We'll take it. Goal differential may matter. And it lets us hold our head up a little higher here. So Bentaleb gets the great little lob in. I think he was offsides. But we'll take it. We'll take it. I've had some called back. Even the replay on the yellow lines, I'm like, yeah, that pretty well clearly shows we were onside where your yellow line was. But we had one taken away in a match this season already that was pretty clearly onsides. So I will take that. Mosa, that's where we want him, on the sidelines. No, somebody stop him. Oh, there we go. The Cali Cannon gets in there. Good save. Nice defense. Goes out to Ivo. Come on, don't let him take it away. I hate that. And that's game. That's match. 2-1. Napoli. Well, away, I think I'm okay with that. Like I said, I would have loved to draw. Benfica won as well by 1 goal. So, they didn't crush Spartak. It would have been nice. And I think we were a little unlucky. Like I said, we created chances. And I think we had more chances than them. We just couldn't put it away. Monaco wins. Praha beat Dortmund, so maybe this is a down year for Dortmund. Oh, Beztikas crushed Partizan. Man City destroyed International. That just tells you that they're the only strong team in that group. International was the one that was ranked, was seeded second in that group. Benfica squeaks ahead of Moscow. Napoli squeaks ahead of us. Arsenal won over Atletico. And Hoffenheim beats Warsaw. Okay, well, interesting. We'll see how the groups kind of break out. We're, in a solid, 3rd place at this point. I guess, goal differential, but we've scored 1 goal. Serbian boss was there. I was looking at Cali Cannon for the Serbian team. I think he could do a lot worse. And so I think that's probably it. That's the beginning of our championship league. Confident despite opening match disappointment. I think that sums it up exactly. I think we showed that we can play with Napoli. At least keep it close enough that with a little bit of luck we can win. I think that's what we showed, and we played well, all in all. So we'll move on with that and take it. So that leaves us where? Here we are, 3rd place there, 2nd place there. We don't have anything going on until January there and mid-December for Coupe de la Ligue. So at some point, all that stuff will kind of crush in on us here. On 15th of December. It did say 15 December, right? 12/15. I see this game. 12:15 though, we're playing AJ Azer, so we shall see. Maybe that's just when they do the draw, and then we find out when everything is. That's entirely possible. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you're enjoying this one. Thumbs up, thumbs down, all that good stuff, and we will see you next time. Cheers.